I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player, they call a player male. What you talking that funky, about my face, wearing that monkey, not that might give you life advice. Get some.
The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on wildcard weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bears and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Fields, he's hit. He lost the football, put it on the carpet, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
2nd and 9 now. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go option to the short side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
They're going to look to throw. And Davis has it over the middle.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 22. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. But on that play, they held up quite well.
It's 4th down.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they would take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Fields. Touchdown, Chicago! Chase Claypool, 38 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. This taken in at the goal line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, 2. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He's got it to the 43 here.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll look to throw here. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful, a gain of 11. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this 2nd go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2nd down and 7. Again, Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Right side, Claypool's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Now it's Fields. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Calvin Ridley from 8 yards out, and the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 19 They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Over the dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he's got it inside the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the 5 minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we come upon half.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they... They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Shifts past him at the 45. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a different intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Now Eckler. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On the option, here's Eckler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Austin Eckler. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score the opening drive of the 2nd half. The quarterback will keep it himself. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Fields now to throw. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This will be fielded at the 17. One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. A big play there for Detroit. And even 50 yards. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Onto the field now come the Bears. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Fields throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 16-yard line. A big gainer there on 3rd and 1. And even 50 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Toss left to Montgomery. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard now to the 16.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a decent gain on the ground, call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. Touchdown Bears! Cole Kmet, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. It's Eckler again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bears take over. So now Fields and the Bears down by 5. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Able to find Kmet. Down he goes at the 23, a pick up at 4. The Lions stay alive as we say.